So, Mark, let's talk about this. So now he's got a client. We're closing on a transaction, and now they call you up. Oh, bad news, Marcus. Our closing date just got moved a day. What are their options? I mean, now you guys have to deal with this because you've already scheduled stuff, and maybe a day ahead of time, or maybe 2 days, or maybe the day of, you're going to find, oh my goodness, we can't do this. What kind of options would a buyer have at that point?
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Well, it depends. If it's a job that if they're canceling a couple of days before, hopefully we have the availability on our schedule. Because sometimes we can't book them again in 2 to 3 days if we're in our busy season.
So they might be even later than they wanted to be.
Exactly.
Indeed.
And other times it happens the day of the move.
Right. Yeah.
And that makes it even rough because if we hold it, then they have an extra fee or they have to get a storage, and it can really cost more money.
That's the thing I can see. So you've already loaded the truck. Okay, let's say, so one of the scenarios would be, hey, they just called you. Hey, before you load, hey, I just found out we're not going to close tomorrow when we plan on moving in. Mm-hmm. It's going to be probably a day or two after that. What can we do? And then you got to go look at your schedule and say, you know what, guys, I think we should load up today anyway because I'm not sure I can do this tomorrow. I'm not sure I can do this the next day. So let's get the stuff in the truck.
I got to go back to work. So, and I wanted to be around, and all these layers come into this, right?
It really becomes a problem, but it's not. It's not an uncommon issue.
They're very common in the moving industry.
I'm going to say about half my deals it happens on.
I'll tell you a recent story I had where we're doing a transaction, and it's a simultaneous transaction where the family is selling a house, and then they're going to buy another house, and they're basically happening at the same time. Mm-hmm. I need money from house one that's selling to be able to buy house two.
Right.
This is fine. We can plan for this. We plan for a closing date. They move their stuff into a trailer, and they put it on a friend's front yard. And it's in an open trailer just there in the front of their friend's house. And they're like, the very next day, I'm moving into the new house, so no problem.
Right.
Guess what?
Whoops.
I don't know this. Their agent doesn't know this, but the buyer of their house is out of town. He's working in LA. He needs to sign there instead. His documents have to be flown around for original documents to be in hand.
Right.
And suddenly they're a day late.
Right.
Anything on their loan's fault? No. Had nothing to do with them as a buyer.
Right.
It was them as a seller.
I want to emphasize that this is not a blame game that we're playing here with you guys today, with consumers, with buyers and sellers. This is not what we're trying to. What we're trying to instill upon you guys as listeners is the idea that there needs to be a certain level of sense of urgency about doing the deal and getting the required documents and getting the schedule right. And you know what? Create a little breathing room in the schedule.
Mm-hmm. This is my big takeaway.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to plan for your life to start in your new place on day one.
Right.
It can start on day 4.
Right.
Especially if you're closing on a Friday at the end of the month.
Oh, my,
when everybody else is trying to close.
Right.
This is meaningful.
Yeah.
You're one of 10,000 happening that day.
Right.
Not one of one.
Right.
And so for the state's computer systems to go down and delay your closing happens.
Yep,
right?
it does happen.
For your seller to have a problem, they get delayed. For you to have a problem, getting delayed. The lender's computers go down and can't get to this. Their person's out sick. All these multitude of things can happen. And so if you schedule everything for this 1 minute, the pressure, and this is the big thing I like to talk about, is the pressure put on you as a buyer is tremendous.
Yeah.
And you created it yourself.
Yeah.
You chose to set your movers up to happen in that moment.
Right.
You had to go back to work the next day because you chose to do that. And all these decisions are of your own. So you can give yourself that wiggle room and have a much happier process.
There you go. Breathing room, right?
Yep.
I mean, so if it closes on a Tuesday, plan the move for Thursday. Mm-hmm. You know, nothing wrong with that. Now, as your agent, if we're talking about a buy and a sell here, I got to create the window of opportunity for you and give you either short-term lease back or figure out a way to make sure there's a few days work out. But that's something we can do, and very common, quite honestly, that we can do that. Many times people do like that, John. They like to close both deals the same day.
Yes.
Move the same day. Everything's done on that day. So now so their life was disrupted as little as possible.
Sure.
That's what they're thinking. And I understand it.
But, and it's wonderful when it goes right.
And it does go right every now and then.
It does.
It does happen.
More often than the other things happen, truthfully.
Right. Yeah. But be prepared. You know, it's like I always say, you know, I want to prepare you for the worst case scenario. We're gonna get you the best case, but we want to prepare for the worst. We'll get you ready for that.
Yeah.